911, what's the address of the emergency?
Could you have an officer come over here as per the mayor's request?
And what are they doing? Are they refusing to leave?
They're filming inside the department.
Oh, they're filming
City Clerk's
inside.
office, and they're not allowed.
You are no longer peacefully assembling. You must leave, return to your vehicles, return to your homes. You will be subject to arrest if you fail to comply. You cannot be in the street. You are not peacefully assembling anymore.
Complete domain of us. They are like gods. If they tell you not to do something, you cannot do it. And if you do, they will treat you like a dog. You will be shot down. Well, at least for a black man. I'm not sure for everybody, but I do understand that. I hope it's not like that for everybody.
So we only have the right to assemble in one place, in that place over there, and nowhere else?
That place over there. That's stationary. If you're just going to be standing somewhere, you have to be in that area. If you want to,
I was referring to the Constitution. That's what I was saying.
Read the Missouri Constitution. Okay.
The Missouri Constitution doesn't trump. I'm not doing this.
If you guys take a step back,
Must keep moving.
We are doing that.
We don't work for you.
You actually do work for us. You actually do work. That's a false statement. You do work for us.
I am Mike Brown.
I am Mike Brown. Hands up. Do not shoot.
Killed someone. They killed someone. They killed people over and over again.
They want to keep going.
I know.
Why right now?
Because we have to stand up. If we back down, this shit will get swept under the rug.
There's a way to do it.
Yes, we are doing it. We're in the streets doing it.
Ain't no power like the people power. If the people power, what? Ain't no power like the people power. If the people power, what?
We have to stick together and stop all this racism and all that we're talking about.
Crime and justice.
And we need to love our country. We need to love our city.
Anytime you have a situation where there's a racial and maybe a possible racist implication to a police shooting, whether it's a white cop or a black cop shooting, someone of the opposite race, then it's gonna be, and with and there's questions, and it's not like cut and dry or on a camera where they can see it. People are gonna question it. The violence came in from the hood sector, guys like the Mike Browns of this world. Because I'm Mike Brown, you Mike Brown, he Mike Brown, he Mike Brown. You know what I mean? Our sisters are Mike Brown. Because it ain't just the fellas that's taking heat, but the sisters get a pass a little oftentimes because they women, you know what I'm saying? But they still catch it too, but just to a lesser degree. And from a hood perspective, we just could not allow, collectively, we could not allow that to continue. We just couldn't take that. If we would have just rolled over and let that happen and not showed the world that we was prepared to do whatever it took, then that would be the new standard of police procedure when it comes to dealing with us. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna have that for myself. If they can do that in broad daylight, what do you think they're gonna do when they pull me over on a dark country road? The world watched on television. They didn't just start aiming AKs and M16s at people and being overly aggressive and using too much force, not the right weapon for what's going on. It's been going on. But they wasn't shooting us down in broad daylight in front of everybody. And I don't know about the fellas in Memphis or Miami or wherever. I heard y'all wild out too. But I'm telling you, speaking for the hood niggas here, we were not gonna take that shit.
Now,
we shouldn't.
What can change this? What do you feel?
They're gonna have to meet with us. Point blank period. They're gonna have to come to us and involve us in the decision-making process. They're gonna have to involve us and get those resources, those federal dollars, those state and local dollars that's allocated to rebuild communities. They need to get it in the hands of the people who need it most. And right now, a lot of times it's not getting down to the people. The bureaucrats get it. They riding brand new Cadillacs. They show up for a little staged event. They get their little snapshot picture, whatever. But it's the people on the ground, it's the generals on the ground, it's the troops on the ground that need it. How are you gonna tell me you don't want me to be a criminal when you won't hire me? You know what I'm saying? Based upon a racial bias. I can't get a loan, I can't get a job, and the police is on my head. That's too much.
Do you feel it's more of a black against white?
No, it's a have against have not. I share the same struggle as these white boys and white that look like Eminem, you know what I mean, in the hood with us. Same struggle. I'm not a racist. And if you're really not a racist, then I can stand side by side with this dude and he white or he Mexican or he from India or wherever the fuck, and we share the same struggle. But those people who all on their computer, they on, you know, talking all that racist stuff and putting out propaganda, they the real racists. While they children is hooked on heroin and crack and they send them to our community to get it. Sell your own crack. Stop coming to my hood buying dope.
What do you want to tell the world? What do you want to tell everyone who's not in Ferguson, looking down on Ferguson as bad?
Anybody within the sound of my voice needs to understand this is not a threat. Again, this is not a threat. It's just I'm just making a passionate plea and being a casual, not a casual observer, but on somebody who's on the ground and seeing it and living it every day. If they don't reach out to young, urban, disenfranchised, underemployed, or unemployed men and women of all colors and races, there will be no peace in the streets. If they don't ratchet in they police officers who they know to be racist, who they know to be extreme, give them a desk job. Pull them off the streets and give them a desk job, because those officers are going to come out here and they're going to treat one of us unfairly, and either that officer or the person that they're trying to treat unfairly is going to get hurt or worse. So they have to, if you really love this country and you really want to save this country, I'm going to do what I can to hold back these goons, and they need to do what they can to hold back their goons. It don't get no more simpler than that. If you really about trust and truth, and get out here and help. How many people have you given a job to this week? How many people have you fed? How many people, or you just come out of Starbucks in the morning and pull up to a stop sign and hand somebody 50 cents and think that you're doing your part to help America? That ain't helping America. Period.
The situation in the whole, is it a black versus white issue or a police versus citizens?
From all the people that I spoke to, the majority that I've spoken with has been more police versus citizens. However, you do have the people that will make it a racial issue, and it depends how people put a spin on it to which way you want to go with it. I mean, I think there's a lot of people putting it in black and white, but you have a law enforcement and a citizen. That's a habit. But I think you're going to have a lot of people with all the tension behind it are going to look at it a different way, and that's where you get issues. That's where you get a lot of issues with a lot of different people, and that goes beyond that community. That'll reach out to towns, cities, and everything.
We're driving around the site of a lot of the protests from the first few nights. The neighborhood that we're leaving right now was where everybody was disorganized and different media organizations were gassed on the first few nights of unrest. And we're about to drive into the neighborhood and drive to the memorial where he was shot. It sprung up in the middle of the road and it's been there since. This right here is the quick trip that the police said originally accused him of being a shoplifting subject at, and then the protesters burned down, and then it was later revealed that he did not shoplift anything.
This The whole thing that we're out here is because nothing has been done. Justice has not been served.
Right.
That's what it is. Justice has not been served. We haven't gotten any information. He hasn't even been arrested. That's the main reason.
Now, what kind of justice do you think people are really looking for?
For him to get arrested.
Yeah. Because everybody, you know, when they're suspected of a crime, they get arrested, don't they?
Yeah.
And if they suspect I've got a gun in my pack, they're going to arrest me.
Of course.
So you can't just gun down people.
Just because you're a police officer does not mean you're above the law, and that's what they're doing.
Send those killer cops to jail! The whole damn system guilty as hell. Convict! Send those killer cops to jail! The whole damn system is guilty as hell!
Because 3 years ago, January 7, 2011, my brother was killed by Chicago police at a routine traffic stop. So I'm out here at Ferguson to make sure that nobody else has to go through what my family had to go through, the people in Michael Brown's family had to go through, what Trayvon Martin's family had to go through. I don't want nobody else to go through that. I've had to go 3 years without my brother, so I know what you're going through. The pain does not stop, I know that. But the best thing to do is to remember that you got to keep moving forward. He's gone, they're gone, but you have to remember that they're not mentally gone. They're still with you.
I've been out here since day one, and I ain't leaving until we get what we want.